We never know what's going on behind closed doors. When you look at TV or you look at celebrities, or you look at the royal family. There's a good one right now, right? I guess we see the dirt because we like to see dirt. But usually a family that we know, or the guy down the block, him and his wife, they got two beautiful kids, and everything just looks great. Every once in a while, things go wrong. And I just think that's part of life. And it is interesting how we like to gossip, right? Am I right about that?
Exactly. You are absolutely right.
So Rochelle Weinstein wrote this book. It's really doing well. Let me just brag about it a little bit. I went to Amazon and I saw some of the figures. This book was just released like not too long ago. And it's already hold on, I'll tell you. Sometimes the authors don't even know this information, right?
Exactly. They're surprised.
Let's see. 63. Number 63 in the domestic life category. Number 73 in family life category. I wonder what the difference is. But anyway, you consider there's millions of books on Amazon, right?
Exactly.
And
Millions.
This book came out April 17th. Wow, it's a baby. It's a week old.
I know.
Rochelle B. Weinstein. Good morning, Rochelle. It's an honor to have you.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me, and thank you for telling me those numbers. That just put me in a really good mood.
Oh, my God. Is this a first novel for you?
Actually, it's my fourth.
Fourth. Okay. Well, that might explain it. You have a following, right?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. So Zoe is the daughter, right?
Yes.
But there's two daughters. Is the other? Yeah. Is there like a good guy, bad guy scenario going on?
I don't think so. I think that the whole point is that in every family there doesn't have to be the bad guy. We never know what's going on behind closed doors, and she's a twin, so it's her twin. She has a twin sister.
So they get it. Oh wow! Is it based on anybody that you really know?
It's everybody's daughter.
Why? Oh, why daughter? Why is daughter? Son's getting in trouble too.
I know. You're right. And the sons are part of the girl. Sons are parts of our daughters getting into trouble.
I'm sure they are. So tell me about the book. Let's talk about the book to be fair to that, and then we can maybe expand a little bit. Give us a thumbnail or a movie trailer version of the story.
Seemingly good family rocked by an online scandal involving their teenage daughter.
Oh, my gosh.
But it runs deeper than that because it reverts back to Emma.
Yes. It's also about how a mother carries with her own experiences, and it shapes her viewpoints and her judgments of her child, and, how nothing is ever what it seems, and we're all flawed individuals in these relationships.
In the real world, though, isn't it good if the parent has gone through his or her own, hell or whatever?
Indiscretion. Yeah.
Thank you. And that's a good word. Because I can remember as a kid doing stupid stuff. And then my dad one time pulled me out and said, you know what? I did that stuff too. And I was like, whoa. It didn't make it right. It just made it, less embarrassing or something.
Well, it's that line between being human and it's also about being a parent, and you don't want your kids to run astray. You want to be a role model to them. So do you really want to expose all your secrets? The difference is today, these kids make mistakes and it goes viral. When we made mistakes, nobody knew about it.
Yes, that's really true too. Yeah. Oh wow, that must be a different world, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's in my own family. I just don't know about it. Nobody tells me.
If there was an online scandal in your family, you would know about it. That's the beauty of the Internet.
But then when twins are involved, one feels like they're taken aback and taken by surprise. I know I have in my family, my cousins are twins, a boy and a man and a woman. They were a boy and a girl, and they were so close. And then all of a sudden, the girl eloped to get married, and her twin brother was so heartbroken because they shared everything, but they didn't share this.
Well, it's a betrayal, and the twin relationship is a very close relationship. In the interest of full disclosure, I have twin sons who are 18. My husband's a twin. So in the novel, Lily felt very betrayed by her sister, and I actually used as an instance that happened in our family when one of my boys had a little bit of trouble, and I remember his brother saying to him, "This is so embarrassing for me. Like, how could you do this?" Like, they're attached. Twins are always, piled together.
Yeah.
So the judgment is not only for the perpetrator, it's for, the person that's closely related to them. So, in real life and in fiction, we see the ripple effect.
Do you know, I liked the idea that this was written in the first person from the wife's point of view or the mother's point of view. I don't know if you've had any feedback on that, but that to me, it was like I was reading somebody's journal or something. It was more personal.
Thank you. A couple of people have said that to me. I do believe that I write from the heart, and I try to be as authentic as possible. I was Emma in this story, so yes, it probably reads very personal, and I think that's what connects the readers to the writing and to the story.
And how about the dad's perspective?
Oh my God, do you know how many people are angry because of Dad? I mean, they're like, I don't read reviews, but my husband's like, oh my God. He's like, people are just pissed off at the Dad. I interviewed victims. I've spoken to victims of revenge porn, pardon my, candor. And this was a real-life circumstance where a father completely rejected his daughter. He had a very difficult time with accepting her sexual exploits. It's tough for a father with his daughter. They're always daddy's little girls. So
always.
So does that, what you just said right there makes me think maybe there is a real person out there somewhere that this might be based on. No?
Oh, unfortunately, this has happened all over the country, if not all over the world. I mean, I worked very closely with a woman, Elisa D'Amico. She runs the Cyber Civil Rights Legal Project, and she put me in touch with multiple victims.
Oh, really?
This is not just one person. When I said it wasn't just one person, I meant that.
Gotcha,
That's my mantra, that it's all of our daughters, but this has happened all over, unfortunately.
Robin says you're in Miami. The book takes place in Miami, right?
I'm sorry?
You are in Miami, Robin says, right now. Okay.
Yes.
And so you set the story in your own backyard or on your beach or somewhere.
On your beach. I love that.
On my beach, exactly. The life of an author. There was great research for this book on the beach. I like to pay respects to my hometown. All my books actually are places that are really near and dear to me. I've lived in LA. I have a place we visit in North Carolina. So I write love letters to the places that we visit.
What is that?
I like to share.
There's a relationship between Florida and North Carolina. I hear that all the time. A lot of Floridians have a love affair with North Carolina.
Well, it's easy to get to. And interestingly enough, Beach Mountain, where we go, and there's a lot of Floridians, it is the highest. This is a little fun fact. It is the highest elevation east of the Mississippi. Most people think that you're going to get something in Vermont or up north. We are the highest elevation, and we have a ski resort.
I didn't. What's it called? Beach Mountain?
Beach Mountain.
Beach.
Mountain.
Oh, my.
B-E-E-C-H.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it.
So I have beach, B-E-A-C-H, and I have B-E-E-C-H.
So did you have somebody, when you were writing the book, did you root for somebody, or like you want to root for the girl, you want to root for Zoe, right?
Okay, well, you bring up such a fantastic question. Thank you. When I was writing this, obviously it was a timely topical subject, and I wanted to educate parents and teens about the dangers of online sharing of sexually explicit content. But there was one piece that was so important to me in how we judge, and I was rooting 100% for Zoe and for all the victims out there, because number one, they're just kids.
Right.
They're kids. They don't understand what they're doing. They barely understand this technology.
Right.
We all made mistakes. Can you imagine,
Right.
It could have easily happened to any one of us. And I just think as parents, we're so quick to judge and like, oh, that would never happen to my child.
Right.
No family's perfect. What? Go ahead.
I'm just going to say that's the beauty of the title. I love the title, Somebody's Daughter, because the mother is thinking in terms of, this is my daughter, but she could be anybody's daughter, whatever.
But it's exactly the point. This could happen to anybody, and I just think we need to show a little bit more compassion, a little bit more kindness. Listen, I've been guilty. You hear about some kids that mess up, and you're like, oh, the parents are never around, and we all have our opinions and our judgments, but it could so easily happen to any of us.
Isn't it weird that girls are held to a higher ethical standard when it comes to sexual decisions? Like, boys are given a pass when they do stuff like that.
Well, it's the old double standard, but I think that's changing. I think that's evolving. I think we're seeing that change.
Well, good for you. Rochelle, nice to meet you on the phone. Thank you for being on the show. Do you have a website?
RochelleWeinstein.com.
Easy enough. RochelleWeinstein.com. We'll put this interview up as a podcast later on. It's been live right now, just so you know. Rochelle, thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks
You're
so
awesome.
much.
All right, we'll be right
Bye.
back.
Bye.
Fox News Radio, I'm Chris Foster. The Supreme Court hears arguments today about President Trump's ban on travelers from 7 countries. It's been in effect since December.
Federal courts have struck down the ban, concluding the order oversteps the president's authority to regulate entry of aliens under federal law. The administration says the orders are within the president's authority to temporarily block entry for national security. 6 of the countries listed in the travel ban are Muslim majority. Critics say it's an attempt to follow through on President Trump's campaign proposal to ban